Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for watching this video. This is Faculty of Friends Speak. I am Presbytera Maria Cuyanos, SRS Principal, St. Raphael School, and with me I have Mrs. Kristy Zaitseva. She is an instructor, of course, with St. Raphael School, but she also is the co-director of the OCA St. Andrew's Orthodox Camp. And we're here to talk to you about a very wonderful class she teaches on women saints. So this class is new this year, Women of Faith, Orthodox Women Saints course, and it's geared for that middle grade age, but of course older students are welcome. And she's just going to speak a little bit about the class and how it's set up and what students could look forward to if they would enroll.
Hello, everyone. So this class is, of course, about women of faith. It is about women saints, which is one of the most wonderful things. Reading about the lives of any saints is wonderful, but I love, as a woman, that this is particularly written about women saints, which I don't think we always hear as much about. It's based on the 3-book series, Encountering Women of Faith, through St. Catherine's Vision. There's 3 books, like I said, and each one speaks about the lives of different saints. And they don't just speak about their lives like a quick brush over, like you might see, on a church website or something that says this saint lived then, this is what they did, and then this is how they died. It delves really deeply. They read and quote historical documentation about their lives, things that have been written about them by people who knew them. It gets into some great detail without being tedious, because these books are written by a group of women who share not only the lives of the saints, but how those lives have impacted them, or things that they've learned about their lives that they've been able to apply to their own lives. And that's the same thing that we do in class. So we read some of it on our own, and some of it we read in class, particularly if I find that there's a section that just is like, wow. So we'll read that together in class so that we can stop every once in a while and say, what do you think you would do in that situation? Or how would you feel if that had happened to you? Because there's some really incredible and sometimes awful things that happen in the lives of some of these saints and things that they endure. And I feel like reading about them helps us to learn how to better endure some of the trials and tribulations that come into our lives. Our class is a lot of discussion. There are like some discussion questions at the end of each chapter, each chapter is about a different woman saint. But we find that most of our questions come just as we're reading. So far this year, my students have had fantastic questions, and some of them I'm able to answer, and some of them I'm not. So I'm learning just as much as we go along, because if I don't know
Yes,
the answer, I say, hey, let's try to find out.
yes.
Let's dig deeper. And if we don't have time in class, then a lot of times I'll do research afterwards. So I'm digging deeper, and I'm learning more and more all the time about these saints, and I feel that the students are too. We really enjoy our discussions and our prayerfulness together. We always start and end with prayer, of course. And I feel like we're all learning a lot about these wonderful women saints together.
I love it. I love that, of course, we journey alongside one another. And it is so beautiful. And I'll just mention that I happened to be in your course the other day, and oh my goodness, I didn't want to leave. The conversations are deep. The discussion is rich, and it really does give opportunity for us to reflect on, okay, this is, what happened with this saint. How does it apply to me today? And what can we glean? What can we learn? How can we use that? And really, the saints being our friends, being alongside us, knowing the tribulations and trials that we endure day in and day out. Mrs. Zaitseva's class is a year-long class. However, because they're using the books as they were, and I'm going to just show everyone really quickly book 2, because they use books, spine text. There's 3 volumes of this series so far. And so they're going to actually begin after Christmas break. They'll finish this particular book and then move into book number 3. But notice here the different saints that are highlighted. We have Saint Christina of Tyre, the Desert Mothers, right? Saint Juliana, Saint Perpetua and Felicia, all of these saints, Saint Paula and the Order of the Widows, Saint Barbara and the Martyrs of the Armenian Genocide. All of these saints and many, many more will be discussed, including book 3 of that series. And all that to say is you can still join, even though it's a year-long class, you can still join right after Christmas. And Mrs. Zaitseva, what better gift to give than to join a class? It meets 1 day a week on, I forgot what day, Miss Zaitseva.
Mondays at 10:30.
Mondays at 10:30 Eastern time. And because you'll be coming in, those of you that are interested in the mid-year, the tuition is only $158. That's it. So, I mean, this class is phenomenal. I love what you are doing in the class, Kristy, because I was moved to participate. I was moved to stay and talk and dig more deeply into the lives of these saints and how it pertains to us. So, gosh, you know, I highly recommend, if you have a student from grade 6 on up, possibly let's say to grade 10, this would be an ideal class for them to take that highlights women saints of the Orthodox Church. Anything else you would like to add, Mrs. Zaitseva?
I don't think so. You're all welcome. I hope to see you there.
Yes, we hope to see you there. And again, if you have questions about this course, you can reach out to Mrs. Zaitseva directly. You can find her information on the instructor page. Or if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, etc., or you would like to enroll, you can reach out to me, Presbytera Maria Cuyanos, and I look forward to hearing from you and having your children join this wonderful, wonderful course on women's saints. Thank you so much, Mrs. Zaitseva.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye, everybody.